Welcome students. Today we're going to be looking at rounding. So hopefully by the end of this video you should feel more comfortable rounding to a specific unit, decimal places and to a significant figure. So firstly we're looking at rounding to the nearest unit. When rounding to the nearest unit you'll find the correct unit and then look to the unit to the right, which we call the decider. So let's say we're looking at our tens, we'll identify this as 5, and then we look at the unit to the right, and the unit to the right is 2. So if the decider is greater than or equal to 5, you add 1 to the original unit. Well, the unit which is we are calling the decider is actually not greater than 5 or equal to 5. So if the decider is less than 5, the unit remains the same. So if we're looking at our to the nearest 10, look at the right, 2 is less than 5, so it's 1, 4. We don't add 1 to 5 because 2 is not greater than or equal to 5, so 1450. So let's have a look at question 1. So round 1452.10 to the nearest 100. So we identify our hundreds unit, which is here, and we look at the unit to the right, and this is the decider here. 5 is the decider. Now 5 is actually greater than or equal to 5, so we need to add 1 to the original unit, so plus 1. Now our rounded number should be 1500. Now let's look at question 2. So this is asking us to round the same number to the nearest 1000. So if we have a look, 1 is our nearest 1000, and then the unit to the right of it, which we're calling the decider, is 4. Now 4 is actually less than 5. So the unit remains the same, and our answer is 1000. Now, rounding to decimal places. Decimal places refer to all the digits after the decimal point. So, for example, 1 decimal point is asking that they want the answer to only have 1 digit after the decimal point. So, this would be to 1 decimal point, this would be to 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. etc. And we use the exact same method which we use for rounding to the nearest unit. So, round this number, so 1.85345 to 1 decimal point. So we identify our first decimal point, it's here. And then the number to the right is the decider. So we know it's going to be 1 point, and then do we add 1 or do we keep this number the same? Well, 5 is actually greater than or equal to 5, so we have to add 1 to 8, which will make it 1.9. So our answer for the first question is 1.9. Now let's look at the second question. It's asking to the nearest 4 decimal places. So this is our first, second, third, fourth. So this is our 4th decimal place here. Then we look to the right for the decider, which is actually 5. And 5 is equal to or greater to 5. So then we need to add 1 to our number. So 1.853. And instead of using 4, we have to add 1 to 4. So that'd make it 1.853. Okay, so round to significant figures uses a very similar method. It just requires you to find the correct digit. So significant figures start at the first digit, which is not a 0. So the first significant figure in this number is 1. Then every digit after that is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. But on this number, on the other hand, 0.0324, the first significant figure is not here or here, it's here. It's 3, because this is the first digit which is not a 0. And then so this is the first significant figure, this is the second, and this is the third. Whereas on here, this is the first, second, and third. So we have a look at question 1 now. So question 1 is asking you to round 104.235 to 3 significant figures. So we identify our third significant figure, which is 104. It's 4. And we look at the figure to the right, which is the decider. Now is 2 equal to or greater than 5? Well, 2 is actually not. So we don't have to add 1 to 4. So our answer for the first question is just 104. Now if you have a look at the second question, it's asking us to round 0.0324 to the nearest 1 significant figure. So So we identify a first significant figure, which is 3, and we look at the unit to the right. Now is 2 greater than or equal to 5? It's not, so we don't have to do anything to our first significant figure, and our answer is 0.03. Alright, so here are some questions on what we've just learned. If you'd like to pause the video, please pause the video now. Okay, so now here are the answers. There is one question which you might have got stuck on here. It's asking for the nearest whole number. Now when it's talking about nearest whole number, remember we drew that before. We did 1.23, let's say, and we said this is the hundredth, so you can put H, this is the tens, this is the tenths, and this is the hundredths. So, okay, so here are the answers to the questions. If you've got stuck on any of these questions, please refer to earlier in the video. Thank you very much for watching the video. For more videos, please visit www.gcsemathresources.co.uk.